Back in the 70s, a lot of kids got lost. Lost sitting in the living room watching Land of the Lost. Did you know they made a lot of toys based on the show? We're going to take a look at vintage Land of the Lost toys. From 1974 to 1976, there was a great television show for us kids to watch on Saturday mornings. Sure, we had our cartoons, and everybody talks about the Saturday morning cartoons, but we also had a mix of live action shows, thanks to Sid and Marty Krofft. There were a lot of weird ones. I mean, there was that one with that talking flute. Remember that one? H&R Puffin stuff. And there was all kinds. There was one about hats that talked. Leadville, was that the name of it? But mixed into all them was this one gem called Land of the Lost. Oh, what a great show. And although it went off or new episodes stopped airing in 1976, I can remember airing at least until the early 80s and watching it as a kid. Loved it. It was kind of the Jurassic Park of its era, I guess. It was about a family that, if I remember right, they went on a rafting ride down a waterfall and ended up in the Land of the Lost. Now, as a kid, I remember at times I thought, okay, they went back to the past, or they went to a different planet. I'm not really sure where they went. It wasn't Earth, because I think they had 2 moons. It was crazy. The humans was, of course, the dad Marshall, had a bunch of curly hair. Remember, they had a lot of curly hair. And then there was the son of the show, Will, who looked like one of the Brady kids. I was like, he should be one of the Brady kids. And then there was Holly. I almost got her name, Holly. That was the main cat. This was the pigtail. Maybe she looked kind of like the Brady Bunch. In fact, all 3 of them look like kind of like offshoot of the Brady Bunch when I think about it. But that was the main cast right there. Of course, you had the evil Sleestaks, these lizard-looking creatures. And, of course, you had a lot of dinosaurs, claymation dinosaurs, but we didn't care. They were scary for the time. We thought they were real. We did. We asked our parents, did they go back in time to make this? Where did they get real dinosaurs? We were convinced they were real dinosaurs, wasn't we? And then there was Chaka. Was it named Chaka? It was like a little hybrid monkey thing. I was going to say it's kind of like the hybrid monkey they had on Lost in Space. Remember that? Ugh. Well, this was different. I never liked Chaka. I never liked Chaka. Chaka seemed annoying. I think I would have went crazy. I think I would have strangled that thing if I lived with it. But anyway, Land of the Lost. Between season 1 and season 2, that was the main cast. But did you know, season 3, the dad disappeared. The dad got back home. This whole season 1 and 2, they're hoping to find their way back to Earth. And dad does and leaves the kids behind. Now he does it by accident. I think he falls down or something. And about the same time, believe it or not, Jack shows up. Who's Jack? Remember Jack? Jack shows up. The uncle, the brother of the dad that returned. He's like, hey, I'm looking for my brother and my niece and nephew. And they're like, well, Dad just went back home. But here we are. It was played by that guy from the Planet of the Apes TV show. One thing I always loved about Land of the Lost, too, was the opening theme for season 1 and 2. It really put you into the show. I mean, it let you know what was going on. Let's look at the opening.
Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition.
Anyway, for season 3, they had to shake it up a little bit. To me, it just wasn't the same. It didn't really put you into the story. If you would just pick it up in season 3, you would be confused. Let's take a look at the opening of season 3.
Will and Holly Marshall, as the earth beneath them tremble, lost and found.
It just didn't seem right. There's some lyrics to ending credit. You can go look at that up if you want to, but we're not going to listen to season 3 of the metal song. We're not going to do that either. Because we're going to get on. We're wasted like 4 or 5 minutes into this thing, and we haven't even looked at the merchandise. They made a lot of merchandise. A lot. I was surprised. So let's dig into the Land of the Lost merchandise. And we're going to start right here with Land of the Lost Moon Spinner. You put this little thing on this little trigger, shoot it up, and it spins around. And you got like 4 of them in case you lose one. Now you're saying that's just some kind of cheap ass rack toy. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be cheap ass rack toys. Let's be honest. Where they just took some more toy they had in the warehouse and they slapped Land of the Lost on it. That's what we're going to look at. A lot of it's going to be that, but not all of it. But there we go. As you see, it's got a picture of a slee stack and Marshall, Will, and Holly right there. That's hard to see together. And I don't think there's any toys of Jack. I don't think there are toys of Jack. Let's go on right here and look at this. Safari Shooter, a.k.a. Pinball. Well, that's right. Take this in the car with you. That's not really a great drawing of the characters right there. But there they... Look at those chaka looking things. Whew. I hope they had to pay likeness rights for that. And check out this right here, a board game from the guys over at Milton and Bradley. Both of them, Milton and Bradley, came together to make a Land of the Lost game. Who thought you would see that? 2 brothers teaming up to do Land of the Lost. I don't know this game. Hey, it'd be fun. Maybe my buddy Russ ought to play this on a live stream. Wouldn't that be fun? Watching us play a board game from the 70s. And then we have, a jigsaw puzzle to Land of the Lost. Oh, man, you can put together a jigsaw of... Them dinosaurs look a little bit more real than the TV show. Oh, that's right. We thought they were real. That's not a very good likeness of the kids either. But there we go, a jigsaw puzzle from Land of the Lost. And then we've got a Land of the Lost lunchbox. Or lunch pail. Some people call it a lunch pail. I don't know who. I never heard anyone say that, but I think you can. A Land of the Lost lunchbox. Okay, let's make this stuff a little bigger. Land of the Lost lunchbox. How about a book? You want to read more about... You're like, I can't get enough Land of the Lost. I got to know more about the story. Well, here it is, the Dinosaur Adventure. Yeah, look at that. It's got Will. It's got Holly. Marshall. It's got Marshall, Will, and Holly all right there. How about that? And they're petting dinosaurs. And then we got the Land of the Lost Detector Finder, a.k.a. a cheap-ass compass that probably doesn't even work. But there you go, right there. Fold it up, you can walk around and look you in the Land of the Lost. I'm looking for my brother, Marshall. Couldn't find him, but I found his damn kids. And then we got another book. Another book from Land of the Lost. You just can't get enough of this. The surprise guest. I gotta know, who is the surprise guest? I bet it's Charles Nelson Riley. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Check out this right here. Land of the Lost Wilderness. Wilderness? That don't sound right. Wilderness. Campfire. Oh, you get another compass, it looks like. You get a tent. I don't know who's going to get in it. You can't fit in that tent. Got some pots and pans. Got a lantern. Look like a lantern. Ooh. And some binoculars, an axe. Man, you got all kinds of stuff. And a fire to cook you up some dinosaur eggs, I guess. But there you go. Land of the Lost. Marshall's not on this one. Marshall's like, don't put my face on this crap. Where's Chaka? You think Chaka would have been popular and they would have put Chaka on everything. Let's look at another one here. Land of the Lost. What is this? A secret lookout. It's like a periscope. You look like this and you look up, you see up. It's crazy. You can sneak. You can spy on people. You can take a look at your sister in the shower. And look, it's yellow and red. It looks kind of like a dog penis at the bottom. But you also could get it, switch around colors. Put the red at the top and yellow at the bottom. Crazy, right? The people at Lamar, crazy. Then there was the Land of the Lost Magic Pad. I did a whole video on these, and I don't think I brought up the Land of the Lost one. Maybe I did. Remember they write on them? Watch the whole video I did on it. They made so many of these, I couldn't believe that. I could have went on for days talking about these things. Not because they were fun, because they made so many of them. How about a laser gun? A laser gun from Land of the Lost. Oh, that would have came in handy, especially with that little Chaka. Land of the Lost, Cosmic Signal. Man, I don't know, maybe it shoots a light out or something. Doesn't really give you much information right there, but there they are, Marshall, Will, and Holly from the show, not a cartoon, not a drawing. Nice. And check out this right here. It's another gun. This is one of those that has sparks inside. Man, I don't know if it sounds like that, but it makes sparks. It was kind of cool at the time. And they got a blue dinosaur. A blue dinosaur, what? Yeah. And there's some more drawings of the Marshall, Will, and Holly. No Jack. Jack gets no love. What's up with that? You remember the son? You remember the son on this show? Will? Remember when he went on in the 80s and would host the game show Finders Keepers? I think it was on Nickelodeon. Remember that? That's him right there. Finders Keepers host. Went on to much better things from the Land of the Lost, I guess. And then we have that same gun, but it's red. It's red if you were like, oh, I got the yellow one. Give me the red one. And check out this from the Ben Cooper Halloween collection. Yep, you could dress up like a slee stack. Now, Marshall, Will, and you're like, well, I want to dress up like one of the main characters. That was easy. You didn't need Ben Cooper's help for that. Whoever the hell Ben Cooper is, you didn't need his help for that. But if you want to dress up like a slee stack, you needed some help from Ben Cooper Incorporated. No Chaka costume. Thank the Lord. I hated that little thing. And then we've got Star Spotter. You ain't looking at no stars with this thing. You couldn't even see a crater on the moon. But it's a I guess not really. Periscope? No, that's that thing you look up. I guess it's like a telescope. Not binoculars. It needs two to have a binocular, right? Anyway, you look far away with it. Yeah, you know, pirates used to use it. She over there made you some land. Remember that? Let's move on right here to a Frisbee Jungle Explorer. I can understand being in the jungle and you got your binoculars. Ooh, got my knockers out. Ooh. I used to use my binoculars at the beach to look at knockers. That's just me, guys. And it has a survivor knife right there. You can be like Rambo, but what damn Frisbee. I guess you got to have a break while you're in the jungle exploring. You're like, we're in the jungle, but hey, we got time to play Frisbee. Man, the Land of the Lost. Did you know they made so much Land of the Lost toys? Let's be honest here. And check out this right here, a pack of dinosaurs. You know there's some cheap-ass dinosaurs they had at the factory. Had nothing to do with all the laws. They just threw them in this bag and put the top of it. That's seen on TV. I never saw no red dinosaur on Land of the Lost. Yellow. And then we have, how about this, the moon-based rocket. There, let me see that a little bit. The moon-based, I don't know how to rocket on the show. If they did, maybe they could have got their ass home. Oh, there you go, right there. There's Marshall, Will, and Holly. I don't see Jack, but there they are. Man, you put on a little rubber band, you pull it back, sails across the room. Check out this right here from LJN. Now, I guess these might not have been released because this is all I could find over the good guys over at the Plaid Stallion website.com. Great guys, got a lot of great pictures over there. They had a picture of this, and this Land of the Lost toys. Little statues, I guess. I don't know why the dinosaur was purple. The dinosaur was green when I watched the show. Maybe my TV was bad color. I don't know. And then you got a Land of the Lost watch. Hey, what time is it, Will? It's time for me to beat Chaka's ass. Right there, and there we go. It's got a slee stack. They need a more slee stack toy. I just like saying the word slee stack. You like saying that? Sounds like some kind of disease your dog might have. Then we got the Land of the Lost. Oh, that was that. I think I'll see Chaka and Chaka's family. Land of the Lost, a little spinning thing again, like we looked at the beginning. This was a little different. It has more of like a gun trigger on it. But Land of the Lost, that's a scary dinosaur at the top. What's going on, man? This kid show. And then we have a campsite. The camp. They got the axe, not a hatchet. It's a hatchet, I guess. I said axe. Hatchet. Got an old cheap-ass watch, a knife. Everything's all one color here. God, spend some extra money, for God's sakes, and buy some paint. Why they got to make everything red? We're not done. We got more Land of the Lost merchandise to look at, like this right here. The Viewmaster. Yeah, a Viewmaster from Land of the Lost. Couldn't believe it either. Who's that chick down there? Hubba. I don't remember her. Might would have watched more Land of the Lost. Well, there's a Sleestack coming to get them. They're trying to live in a cave. Now, that's not only a Viewmaster. You can get another Viewmaster right here. And, yeah, there's Holly. Holly talking to a damn Wampa. There was a Wampa. Land of the Lost is set in the Star Wars universe. Larry, one of your kinfolks was on Land of the Lost.
Today, the part of Larry J. Wampa will be played by Elbert Tugoff.
Oh yeah, Junkman, that's my cousin, Jeff Wampa. He did a lot of acting back in the 70s. I thought I told you about that. He was on a lot of stuff. Actually, he was gonna be on a $6 million man, but he got replaced by Bigfoot. Affirmative action strikes again.
Oh man, you never told me that. Crazy, a Wampa on Land of the Lost. That girl's gonna get. That girl needs a coat or something. Jay, looks cold. Let's look at a few more of these. How about a Give a Show? Remember these? You shine on the wall. They had a Star Wars one, The Empire Strikes Back, when you shine them on the wall. Little cartoon scenes. A lot of fun. Sit in your room and do that. I always like those kind of toys. But there it is. Give a Show. Land of the Lost. And check out this right here. Also made by Ben Cooper. Did you know they made little rubber little figures? Well, they did. And they made a Sleestack. The guys over at the PlaidStallion.com website, they had a picture of it. And there it is, a little rubber toy. That'd been kind of fun if you were a Land of the Lost fan, let's be honest. And then they had, how about this, a Holly Land of the Lost doll. Move over, Dusty. Pack your bags, Barbie. It's time for Holly Land of the Lost doll. Okay, that one's not real. I found that somebody made it online. It's kind of cool though. And they're like, why didn't y'all do that? Came with a little chocolate. I hate chocolate. But maybe it would have been, came with a little dinosaur. That would have been kind of good. Maybe if it sold well, they would have done a Sleestack doll. That would have been all. I don't know why they didn't do like a cuddly Sleestack that you pull the string. I don't know if Sleestacks talk. I don't remember. But that's a look at merchandise for one of the greatest live action shows of the 70s. Love this kid. I go back and watch. You might be like, I can't watch this crap. You might try to go back and watch it today. You might I can get about 10 minutes into it, if that. But I think all these are free on YouTube. And I think that they officially put them on YouTube, so you can check them out right there. There we go, right there, Land of the Lost. I was surprised. I didn't know they made so many Land of the Lost stuff. Honestly, I don't think I had any of this stuff. I don't remember any toys from the show. Let me know in the comments below. Did you like Land of the Lost? Did you have any of these toys?
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.